G'day Darkrealmers, it's horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott here with you again today. And today we're going to be looking at The Temple. Hey, if this is your first trip to the Diaries, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. And if you want to keep up with the best in book reviews, movie reviews, creepypasta and trivia from the world of horror, then hit that subscribe button. Okay, Darkrealmers, well, The Temple is set in Japan and touches on some creepy Japanese legends. So, is it any good? Well, we'll find out right now. Yeah! Well, Darkrealmers, Temple is a story of three people, Kate, James and Chris. Kate and James are a couple and Chris is their friend. Now, Kate is studying ancient religions and ancient religion artifacts and places of worship. And so when the opportunity to go to Japan presents itself, she jumps at the chance. And Chris is going to be their interpreter to make life a lot easier. Well, despite some warnings, they decide to visit a temple that's got a very creepy past, okay? So before I give you any more about it, let's have a look at the trailer so you can get an idea for the what's in store for you coming up.
Do you remember what happened to you?
I always wanted to come here.
Is it what you expected?
So far.
How great is this place?
It's perfect.
Come look at this temple.
I have a friend. She's interested in temples and wants to start with this one.
This was not the start. This was the end. This temple, it will make you sick.
So what's with all this mystery about the temple?
Some children were playing in the mountain.
It's so quiet up here.
So then what happened?
It became night.
Probably get out of here soon.
Look like little graves.
The children were never found.
You know why you are here.
Well, Darkrealmers, Asian horror movies have become the go-to for horror fans around the world, and in a lot of ways they've outstripped Hollywood. And even when Hollywood has tried to maybe westernize these movies by making their own versions of The Ring or The Grudge, they haven't worked as well. Now, this movie is an American and Japanese co-production, so there's a very strong sense straight away that you get the feeling that this is a movie that's trying to combine the best of Asian cinema, but in a way that will appeal to a Western audience with the same sort of thrills and scares that an original Japanese movie would have. Okay, so is it any good? Well, yes and no. Okay, I have to say the acting by the three American stars is woeful, particularly Natalie Wagner. Now, the dialogue between these characters is basically 3 or 4 lines at best. Are you okay? Yeah. Will we make it back? I don't know. That is it through the whole film. Now, that's hardly engaging, it's hardly riveting. But the best acting actually comes from the Japanese cast. And I don't know how they do it, but they just make the movie, okay? Now, the good things about this movie is there are some genuinely creepy things, okay? Now, the basic story is that on a field trip to this abandoned temple, 6 Christian children went missing, okay? And there's also a statue out the front of this temple, which represents a shapeshifter, a half fawn, half woman, that is supposed to be the guardian of the temple. Okay, so you've got these two elements that are quite creepy. Now, this movie builds up well. There's nice character development because James, Kate's boyfriend, is jealous of Chris. Okay, he's lost his brother, so he's got some chips on his shoulders and so forth. But the real beauty of this film is the beautiful cinematography. We get to see suburban Japan and the hustle and bustle and neon, and then we get the beautiful country, Japanese country, and the small villages, and that's where the movie starts to pick up. Okay, now in one scene, the I don't know what sort of shop it is, whether it's a sort of Japanese thrift shop or second-hand shop, but they come across a book which is called Folk Tales, and it's written, and there's stories about the temple in there, or a particular story, and they try to buy it, but the lady says, no, sorry, we get closed. Okay, so we know there's something, the people know something. Now, I'm not going to give you too many spoilers, but there's a great performance by a young boy who plays a young Japanese boy who seems very helpful, but there's something strange. When Chris goes back to the shop at night, that little boy's there and says, yes, I can help you, here's a book, yep, no worries. Then at the village where they're staying, which is near where they're going to be climbing up the mountain to the temple, this young boy is there too and says, I live there. Well, straight away I'm thinking, that's a long way away. Whoa, what were you doing in the shop? Well, I won't tell you any more, but yeah, when you find that the ending, it's quite surprising. Now, one of the problems with the movie Darkrealmers is, despite the great build-up, which does take over most of the movie, the ending is a mishmash. Okay, we know something with the children are involved, maybe the shapeshifters involved, but it's like the movie makers didn't know where to go with the ending. Okay, and it leaves you feeling a little bit disappointed. Okay, now I checked out some of the reviews of this movie on International Movie Database, and all the ones I read were overwhelmingly negative. They didn't even give it any positive feedback, which I'm not going to do, because it does have some good features. As I said, the cinematography is great, the acting by the Japanese crew of actors is wonderful, and the premise itself is very good, okay, because it's touching on that religion, mystery, things like that. So you'll find something to enjoy in this movie. But like I said, don't expect stellar performances from the three American leads, because it ain't happening, okay, Darkrealmers? Alright, that's my review of Temple. Now, you can find it on DVD, or you can watch it on streaming services. I actually watched it on Netflix, so it's available almost everywhere, basically. So that's it, Darkrealmers. If you like Asian cinema and you like what it has to offer, but you haven't gotten right into it, this may be a good way to put your toe in the water, okay? Because it tries to do its best between American and Western cinema and Japanese. Okay, Darkrealmers, well, that's it from me, horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott. And I'll be back again with another movie review for you all to check out. But until then, if you find any books about Japanese abandoned temples, make sure you read them in the light, okay? Bye for now, Darkrealmers.